Hello, family. Uh, how are you guys doing? Obviously, this is a video. Don't respond. I don't know what you're saying. This is pre-recorded. But yeah, so I definitely asked on my Instagram close friends if you guys cared to hear the poem that I just wrote. I was kind of expecting just a bunch of likes and those clapping hands and a couple 100 emojis. I wasn't expecting real life answers. So you guys threw me off when I asked the rhetorical question of fuck, of do you guys actually want to hear what I have to say? Trying to light this candle and not let the oil burn me. So yeah, accidentally blew this sucker out. Son of a bitch, that hurt, but we got it. There we go. Um, jeez. So yeah, I wasn't expecting half of you guys to say you actually wanted to hear what I had to what I wrote. I was expecting nothing but emojis, but you guys sent me messages. So yeah, thanks for the pressure. No big deal. It's good. Um, but yeah, so definitely gonna read this poem that I wrote just now for you guys. And that's another thing. I just wrote the bitch. So nothing is memorized. It's gonna be faulty as fuck. But, I trust you guys and I love you guys. So I'm willing to share what I got going on so far. Before I start, however, I realized that a lot of you guys probably haven't seen me since I left Toronto. So ta-da! Here I am. I'm alive, and well. Korea is, I don't know, nigga. It's a place. I am doing okay. Um, but yeah, here I am. We are healthy. We are still drinking way too much wine. But I'm no longer looking at that as a character flaw. It's just who I am. It's a characteristic. There we go. But yeah, so on a side note, I found really awesome cab sabs out here, and they're usually from Chile. Chile has never done me wrong so far. So guys back home, go to the LCBO, go to the wine section, go to the Chile section. Chilean wines will definitely do you some good. If you're looking for cab sabs, if you're looking for something else, just holler at me separately because I will give you my suggestions, whether you're looking for a Chianti, whether you're looking for a Sangiovese, a Pinot Noir, a Shiraz. I got you. That will never change. But yeah, so into this poem. Now, I have finally gotten to a place where I am doing good and good enough to where I can write. For those who know me a lot more closely, you know that honestly, my poetry goes very much so hand in hand with my mental health. So when I am doing okay, I am able to write. Um, and when shit is dismal, I basically just drop the craft. And it's so terrible. It's so terrible, but it honestly be like that sometimes. Um, so I'm really, really happy and excited that I have been able to write something. It's been about over a year since I have. And it's really difficult to say things like that when, I have always centered my identity since high school around spoken word and about and around poetry. Um, that's what people recognized me for. That's something I loved doing, whether it was writing and performing. And you guys know I used to host events out of the Poetry Jazz Cafe, um, for artists, for people who did poetry, who sang, who rapped, who did all that shit. It was very much so central to my identity. So when I stepped away from it and let go of it, I felt like I was stepping away and letting go of who I am. Um, so it's honestly just nice to be back. Whether what I write is bullshit, it's just I'm writing again, and that's what matters. So uh, now that I have come to a place of honesty, um, about myself, I feel like sharing it with you guys. I really do. So the poem that I wrote, I'm kind of bouncing around names. It takes me forever to name anything I write. For the most part, I usually never do. So I used to be performing untitled poems all the time. And I never memorize my shit, so I just be reading untitled poems to people all the time. But whatever, it has gotten me pretty far. But I'm thinking about calling this one In Love and Indifference. Uh, so we'll see. I picked indifference because, people usually talk about the binaries of love and hate. Um, but one thing that I have realized is that indifference is so much more dangerous than hate could ever be. Because hate, you know, is an emotion. It's an emotion that, whether we like it or not, comes with a certain level of care. You have to care in order to hate something or someone. You know what I mean? Um, and that's what makes it such a strong feeling. And that's what makes hate as passionate as love. But indifference, you can't sway indifference. There's no feeling to it. There's no ties to indifference. And that's dangerous because you don't care about anyone or anything. And I feel like that's what makes indifference worse than hate. I would much so rather someone hate me than to feel indifferent about me. Because if you hate me, there's a chance I could change your mind. There's a chance I could reel you back in. But if you feel indifferent towards me, I feel like I lost you, you know? So yeah, so I'm thinking about calling this one Love and Indifference. So let's see how this goes. I was not expecting to recite this poem. Nothing is memorized or practiced. Because again, I did not expect you guys to actually respond to my question. So, yeah, bear with me, and we're gonna do this pretty much together. All right. I am terrified that I won't ever fall in love again. And I know that might be something really stupid to say at the age of 27, but y'all listen, I fell in love with someone that made me feel like sunshine in heaven every single day. So now that I have felt that heat, I don't know what to do with the indifference that this dating life gives me. Yo, I fell in love with someone who felt like home. But next thing I know, I am evicted with nowhere to go. I had to pack up my hopes and dreams out of your heart because that's where I put them. I ain't never done this before, but you told me I could trust you with them, and now I don't fucking trust nobody. And it shows. I don't trust niggas as far as I can throw. For all I know, see, yo, my selfishness comes first. I went from in love to indifference. Not one nigga since have moved my spirit, not to the left nor to the right. I have become steadfast and anchored in my unwillingness to open up, because once you feel that sunlight on your face, once you have danced with love itself and realize that the sway of his body matches the sway of your waist, as if you have been rhythmically fused at the hips, connected from your ear to his lips as he whispers some shit like, hey yo, listen, now keep dancing like that and I'm gonna have to fucking take you home right now. Yo, I swear to God, I would get twisted and tangled and lost in love and lust on and off the dance floor. I would risk it all for love to be inside and around me, but love don't live here no more, and I live nowhere for now. So bags in hands, I just wander like a nomad searching for home, but no one place speaks to my soul, so I just go. I tell folks, yo, I'm just, doing me. When in reality, I have a burning desire to feed my ego. I allow men to believe that they can find home in my temporary shelters, knowing that one day I'm going to pack up and leave. Find someone new and shack up for the time being. Get tired of him, then back up and retreat. They say there's no rest for the wicked. So since I lost you, I've always been on my feet, because I've turned into something different. I guess it's all this indifference, and it's all because I miss him. So to kill time and to fill the void, I allow men into my space. Listen, I'm broken, but I'm still a pretty magnificent fuck. The problem is when I wake up and you're still there. Now, taxis and Ubers have become a monthly bill, because I am so set on sending niggas back home after I get my fill, then send a text saying I'm broken still. On some, I hope you understand that I can't give you the more that you want out of me. You deserve someone who can fill your needs, and it's unfair for me to string you along. I'm still incomplete, but I don't know. Thank you for the dick. Listen, y'all, I am so aware that I ain't shit, but it's time for me to pack up and leave, shack up and retreat, always on my feet. For people like me, they say there's no rest for the wicked, and it's all my indifference. So it's a really good thing that I can run a long distance. So yeah, definitely wrote a poem on my toxic behavior. Not necessarily that I'm currently in that space, but I'm not that far out of it. It's honestly probably been like, I don't fucking know, 4 weeks since I decided to become a better person. So yeah, tell me what you guys think. If you watch this, I really want to know. Thank you so much for giving me 14 minutes of your time. Yeah, I love you guys. I really, really do. Thank you for loving me back. And thank you for being people that I can trust with myself. I appreciate that. Even from the other side of the world, I really fucking appreciate you guys. Y'all are real. Y'all are real.